Okay, Tristan, so a great result last week. Do you think that was the best game so far of your tenure?
Probably the most professional performance. I think that, ironically, we had a feeling before the game that we'd get a result. I think all the boys were positive, they had a good week. I think the spirit of coming back against Ebbsfleet was a big thing for them because it was the first time they come back from behind. But yeah, I'd probably say the most professional. I actually thought the first half against Fylde we were very, very good. But the result always makes you feel like you've done better. So yeah, I think for the lads it was probably the most enjoyable game against a massive club, you know, and it was a good day at the office for everybody. So yeah, one that we're really pleased for, but one that is a new standard really that we've just got to try and kick on from. So yeah, probably the most all-round professional display.
And I think one of the most notable things was the performance of Michael Phillips in at fullback.
Yeah, I said in an interview the other day, you know, we look at criteria of players. He's quick, he's strong, he's good on the ball, he's very good 1v1, he's diligent, he wants to learn. So he's got all the criteria to do a good job. He's probably been, as I've heard Harry say, he's probably been a bit unlucky that he hasn't had more chances to play. We really like him. I thought his attitude was superb. Fantastic pass into Cass for the first goal, which can go unnoticed sometimes. That little bit of composure to pick that ball out. Yeah, really pleasing. And both him and George as two fullbacks that haven't played there regularly, I thought were outstanding.
Like you touched on there, and Georgie Mack on the other side. Doyle literally got injured with almost the last kick on Friday, so he's done really well to come in with no notice.
Yeah, and you know, massive credit to him. I've worked with him before. I said to him before the game in the changing room, just to sort of try and give him that self-belief that there's not many boys in that dressing room with a National League winners medal, and he's one. As a young lad, he's still got plenty of progression to make, and he can't fault his attitude. What was nice after the game is that the lads gave him a round of applause in the dressing room, because I think that, you know, they're professionals and they respect the fact that he's looked after himself really well. He's been superb on the training pitch. He's been patient. And you have to do that in football, you know, and again he's set a standard, and he'll play again tomorrow, and hopefully he kicks on again tomorrow.
Have we had an update from Blackburn on Doyle's injury?
He had an X-ray on Monday, I think. There's no fracture, which was the first thing we thought about, and it was the first fear. So he's had an update from that came back clear. He had another scan on a Wednesday, an MRI to see the extent of its ligaments or tendons. I think he gets the results from that today. So, you know, we're all hoping that it's not as bad as first feared, because he's been superb. I thought his performance at Ebbsfleet was the best he'd put in a Maidstone shirt, and you know, there's not many clubs that will have two really good, exciting young left backs, and we're lucky that George stepped into the breach. But obviously, the sooner we get Doyle back so those two can fight it out, then the better.
How are we looking in terms of injuries of other players in the squad at the moment?
Swaney's pretty much ready to go now, but he's cup tied anyway. So in essence, the game tomorrow being a cup game is a bit of a blessing that we don't have to risk him. So he'll be fine. There's one new addition, Ariane, that's been training with us, who will bring something different to the group. Powerful, strong, so he will come in. So there's only Doyle and Swaney. Everyone else is fighting, ready to go.
So like you say there about Ariane coming in, what sort of player is he?
He had a long discussion with him this morning. He's probably known as a bit of a utility player, but we've got an idea of the role that he can take up for us. He can play full back. He played left back for Crawley in the league. He's played right back in the league. He played central midfield. He's played against me and Harry before up front, and we thought he was excellent. With Gold going back to Bury, that's probably a role that he can give us a little bit of backup in that area. And I took the forwards at the end of training today, and he was very, very good in that. So he's someone that can do a number of jobs, but I think it's unfair when you call players utility players, because they want to have a home in a position, if you like. But he's someone that will give us some backup in a number of areas. But I think initially we'll probably use him as much as we can in forward areas.
Is Grant Smith available to play tomorrow?
After about 1,000 phone calls this week, backwards and forwards, yes he is. So thanks to Lincoln, and actually thanks to Bristol Rovers as well, who might not, people would realise that the process in football is complex, but Lincoln have got a goalkeeper on loan from Bristol Rovers, so you have to wait for the clearance. was about 4 o'clock on Wednesday that we finally got the okay for that. To be fair, we had to do the right thing and have some backups lined up, which we did. But yeah, we're grateful that he can play tomorrow.
And how have preparations gone this week on the training pitch?
I think it helps when you're on the back of 2 good performances and good results. Again, I said to you a couple of weeks back, the boys are in good spirits. I think that belief is starting to come. We've gone a little step further in regards to the analysis of the opposition this week. George has done a brilliant job on the report for Macclesfield for tomorrow. So I think we wouldn't say that we could do any more, if you like. It's difficult. People will look at them and think they're 24th in League Two, and it's not going to be as difficult as it is. We're very respectful, and they've got good players. They're a league side. They cruised this league last year, so we're under no illusions. It's going to be a massive test, but I think we're looking forward to it, and that's an exciting thing to do. That we're at home. There's a little bit of expectation between us on the staff and the players that we've had a good week, so why not? It's the FA Cup, and magic things happen in the FA Cup, so why not here tomorrow?
Is it a hard one to gauge? Obviously they're a league higher, but obviously confidence has got to be quite low there at the moment.
Yeah, but momentum's a massive thing in football. Like we said to the boys this morning, over the last week our momentum has taken an upturn. If you'd come in the dressing room after the Solihull game, our momentum felt like it had dwindled a little bit. They've taken 1 point out of 24 away from home, so are they confident going into away fixtures? Probably not as much, but our home form's not brilliant, so that's something we want to arrest. So as I said, the FA Cup is an anomaly with regards to form. It's a break from them for the league. We just want to get back out on the pitch and try and kick on from last week, because we were all very encouraged last week, both players, staff and I think supporters last week were incredible. The noise they made, and if we can have that here tomorrow, then why not? We can't upset the league tables and get a result.